we go. Right, we should be all good. Well, hello and welcome. In the meantime, we've just got to sort things out. Apologies for the later than scheduled or anticipated start. Reason being is there was an update for World Warships Legends, which caught me a little bit off guard and took 30 minutes to install. So yeah, I couldn't do much about that, unfortunately. But yeah, we're here. As per the poll, out of the Neptune, the Temeraire, and the Jutland came in top place for wanting to be seen played. So we're going to be playing the Jutland today, mostly. The intention being we'll probably try and do 5 to 6 games in the Jutland, and then furthermore we'll also see if we can do at least 1 game in the Neptune and 1 game in the Temeraire towards the end. But in the meantime, enjoy the music, enjoy the beautiful Bosch bashing Jutland in the background, while we sort out the thumbnail and all the lovely jubbly YouTube thingamabobbies that we have to do sometimes. So if you can just bear with me with that, and then I'm all yours. Just gotta do the tax, and then we should be all good. But in the meantime, if you usually like to like the streams, feel free to do that now, and then we'll obviously get a game launched in the Jutland. For those of you who are interested, in the meantime, command build. There you go. So hopefully that gives you an idea of what we're going to be doing with the Jutland. So I'd say this is a pretty generic commander build. When it comes to British destroyers, it's one that is pretty much a cookie cutter command build for myself. So I'm using Philip Vane because I'd say he's the better hybrid style commander. He allows you to do a lot of everything, but not being special at anything in particular. Now, the reason, obviously, his base trait improves incoming dispersion. Admittedly, that doesn't really do too much for you. First trait, quick fix. Keep those engines going, keep you on the move, keep you in the fight. Detectability, you got to play the detectability game. Every destroyer does it, you have to play it, really. Perceptive, it allows you to hunt and find enemy DDs, as well as also improving your survivability a little bit. But incoming torpedo detection range, and also incoming damage to your destroyer, which is actually quite a nice trait. Smoke of the water, I'd say, is pretty typical. That's going to be your smoke screen dispersion time, your smoke screen duration. Well, dispersion time is how long it takes to lay. Deployment time is how long it's going to sit around for. I think that's quite a nice trick. You've got to remember with the British DDs, you haven't got a lot of smoke. You've only got these little smokes, and so making them last a bit longer, do a little bit more for you, then I think that is probably going to do quite well for you. Now, last but not least, I've gone on Unstoppable. Now, this kind of stacks on top of Quick Fix, so it keeps those engines in the fight a lot longer, which is quite nice. Alternatively, you can go for Rowdy Torture. Because I like to fight enemy DDs, I like to keep my HE shell damage to make sure I try and win those DD engagements, and that's why I kind of skip Rowdy Torsion. However, it's up to you. Inspirations, Bay. You kind of have to, again, you're playing that in concealment game against destroyer, so Bay, it keeps you in that kind of loop. And Sims, it gives you a bit more HP, and if you're knife fighting against enemy DDs, that is going to be very helpful. Hopefully I'm coming through all loud and clear. Obviously, Type 4 camouflage, but we're boosted all the way up. We've also gone steering gears, concealment, main battery reload, and we have gone for aiming systems. You could maybe go for main battery 2. But in the meantime, let's get that launched. So, now I have the chat and everything all set up. I'd like to say hello to the possibly peaking Seas Potato Brit Battler. That is certainly a lengthy name, sir. Also, Kim Mike It's Gaming, good to see you here. And Sony Sex, hello nerds. Hello nerds. Sean, hello. Is this an even more British stream than usual? Let me grab my tea and bulldog. Yes, well, we're going to be focused. Basically, I put our community. Basically, the wife's at work. She's working till 9 o'clock this evening, and so I kind of thought, well, I've got like 4 hours, like from when I get home from work until I have to go until the wife gets home. And so I thought, I could slot a 2-hour live stream in the middle there quite nicely. Right, I'm spawning in the centre. I'm going to go over to the left flank because although Sax will definitely agree here, he likes to push right up into the centre, get that spot in on the go nice and early. I'm not going to do that because if you get spotted in the middle, it can be a very quick way to die, unfortunately. Because if you can see lots of stuff in the middle and you get spotted, lots of stuff is going to see you. And especially in this map, there's not exactly a lot of islands or anything like that to hide behind. So in this case, I'm looking at the map, I'm seeing my friendly team, no DDs on the right flank. So we're going to move over to the right flank. We're going to see what we can do to help them, especially with the alpha objective. Taking a look at the enemy team, there's about House 43. That has radar, so we're going to be very cautious about the location of that. Z46 also has sonar, very aggressive sonar, so we're going to be very cautious of that. The Friesland has got a ridiculous DPM. She's going to chew us to pieces if we get spotted. So although I normally would love to go DD hunting, this feels like it's going to be a very, very risky situation for us. Good news about the Friesland, she doesn't have torpedoes. Hipper has very aggressive sonar, so that is one thing that I get back. Hello, Ilum channel. Hello, hello, hello. I'm going to just close down Discord in the background though. I usually keep it open just in case. Right, so let's see. We have a Hipper. We're taking a slightly more aggressive way in, but what I'm hoping is maybe I can always use this island as cover, and if I need to I can always move over into the Bravo objective, noting the Belfast 43 over at the Charlie objective. So I haven't got to deal with aggressive sonar for aggressive radar, I guess you could say, for a good bit, which is quite nice. Now I've got RDF. RDF is quite a perceptive, I guess you could say, on the British destroyers. Very critical trait, I'd say. The reason being is it allows you to know where the nearest enemy ship is, and once you have a general idea where what enemy ships are where, it gives you that upper hand. So here I can kind of tell there's the Hipper there. There's something with smoke there. It's not a Belfast, so it's probably a DD. But at the moment, now, if it's dropping smoke, can it be it could be a Friesland. It could be a Friesland. The Hipper's getting absolutely moshed up. Now, smoke screens. One thing you'd always know about them is they are a magnet for torpedoes, and this is no doubt here. So I'm just going to get some torpedoes out. I'm going to go fishing. It's not like there's a battleship or anything else in range at the moment that I'm going to be using those torpedoes for. Okay, Z46 spot in the centre. That means I know it's a Friesland in that smoke screens. So now I can kind of play with this. Now, Friesland has sonar as well, which is very dangerous. So I think what we're going to do, I think we're just going to dabble in here. But the good news is she doesn't have torpedoes, so I don't have to worry about any stray torpedoes coming out at me. And we have a torpedo hit on the Friesland. This is already off to a good start. We've done 10,000 damage to a Friesland, and we haven't been spotted. Now that Friesland smoke screen is not going to last forever. And at the moment, I think, looking at the position, I think I can probably try and have a go at maybe doing a pop shot at the Friesland. I'm going to say about there. If she's reversing up. Just tickling her a little bit. What I'm doing for shooting smoke, I'm just making sure I've got a good idea. I think she's stopped about there. Spotted by the mains. There, look, there's most of the Friesland's gone. That's very good news. There she goes. Right, okay, so I'm going to help with this cap. Try not to drive out of it. I think we can. Okay, I don't mind getting reset a little bit. But the good news is that now I can kind of move off of this cap into the centre. So that's what I'm going to get ready for. So guns off to my right side. I'm already thinking about what I'm going to be doing next. We got torpedoes in 7 seconds. We could maybe have a crack at the mains. So looking at the mains, there's a few things the mains could do. And it looks like she might dump it. No, she's turned in now. That should do. If we need to, we will open fire. In fact, I think I'm going to actively pause, drop a little smoke screen, move at quarter speed while laying the smoke screen, and let's get some. Let's see if we can get a fire on the mains. There's the Z46, so we're going to have to go after her in a second. Okay, she's gone. I need to actually get the cap, and then we'll be on our way. So let's get our guns locked off to the right side. Z46 nearly dead, that's really good news. She's gone, brilliant. Right, there's only a chipper over here, so it's time for me to get moving over into the centre cap and helping out there. Evening, Abercrombie, evening. Hello, Narco, as well. Hello, hello, hello. I'm enjoying my Alaska, usually because I get the big and many baguettes. Also, Major, I uploaded the KG5 round. See, first look at a KG5 video I played with. Oh, fair enough. I'll have to maybe have a peep at that. Morning, Dog Licks as well. Good morning, good morning. Well, looks like good news. Let's see. The enemy's lost. They've lost the Belfast, one of the biggest threats to me. They've lost both of their destroyers. So it really probably leaves the Hipper and the Z10 as like slightly awkward contenders on the enemy team. So one thing you'll probably notice with Jutland is she is a bit slow. So that does kind of mean you have to do a bit of pre-planning, I guess you could say, with what you're planning to do with your ship. Because there's a lot of ships out there which will be faster than you and will be able to close in quicker than you can escape. For example, that Megami. However, I think the Loyang's got spotting, so I'm going to pop a smoke screen. And then I'm going to open fire on the Megami. Now here, I'm just going to try and get a fire. That's what I want. No, it doesn't matter. There's nothing left. Right, it's on to a battleship. That is the Jean Bar. Good news, Jean Bar's broadside on. So let's get a fire. If there's even going to be a Jean Bar left, well, by the time we're in the clear. Also, RDF's telling me the Jean Bar's the nearest enemy ship, which is good news. Let's switch to AP. Well, there we go. With 3 caps, we got the ship advantage. There's no real reason to try and clutch defeat from the jaws of victory. Or, as Jingles like saying, there's no point to try and win harder. So we can kind of sit back, relax, take it a bit easy. Looking at the minimap, that Iowa's nearly dead. That Hipper could be a little awkward if the Hipper tries to go for Alpha. So let's just park up here. We'll pop another smoke. Yeah, there goes the Iowa. Let's see if we can work over the Lion a little bit. So that's 200, about 700 in that volley. And 200 in that volley. Let's see if the AP does more on the broadside. 300. I think at this range the AP's not entirely worthwhile. Well, 900 in that body. Maybe it might just depend. Yeah, but she's run out of range very quickly. Major, you're up for this week? Up for... Wanted to ask you for a long time now, but I thought better not sure. Question mark. My best to try and clarify on Discord Narco. But I think I catch your drift. You must be a different Narika that I've seen and talking on another stream. Right, Z10 is closing in. Interestingly, I'm surprised the Hipper's moving over here. I thought the Hipper would have tried to go for the Alpha cap, so that's interesting. There goes the Yang. Drop another smoke. Smoke and shoot. I'm surprised we haven't got a single fire this game so far. Now always just got to be a little bit cautious with Z10 because she does have sonar. Quite aggressive sonar at that. Yeah, the AP is very nice. You're getting like nearly 2,000 a volley. That's 1,000 and a bit. She's slowing down. Just as Z10 left. I don't necessarily need to damage cut on that rudder, but I might as well. I'm not really thinking I need to worry about much else being on blocking smoke. In fact, knowing that the enemy team is so dwindled in numbers, I can actively actually run out of my smoke. And as long as I keep my smoke between me and the Z10, we should be alright. Because I don't think her sonar's going to reach up this far. There she goes. So a nice little first game. There's only one narco in Warships community. Good afternoon, Pixelmo. Good afternoon. Unfortunately can't stay, but hope things are going well for her. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Alright, we got our first Jutland game out of the way. Middle of the pack, 2000 XP. Nothing super amazing, but I think we positioned well enough. So we'll crack on with another one. Well, if you are enjoying the stream, may I cautiously inspire you to hit the thumbs up button. It obviously helps with promoting the live stream, promoting the channel, and the earlier you do it, the better as well in regards to YouTube algorithms. Well, if you're not enjoying it, then that's perfectly fine as well. Well, I hope you're all staying safe and staying well and having a good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night wherever you are in the world. It's Monday and I know I don't normally stream, and I hope you're looking forward to a good week. Right, so first up, look at the enemy team. Scotland, a very gunny tier 6. AM Summers. AM Summer I can kind of deal with. Palo Emilio, interesting. Mains could be dangerous with sonar, but it's not too bad. Now there's two plays that you can really do on this map from this spawn as a DD. You can charge right into A, but that's a little risky because if you get spotted in A, usually the DDs end up turning to the left and you get pinned up against the island. If you want to play it cautiously, you can always reverse into A, and then that gives you like where I'm driving in as an escape route. So that's something I might consider. We have the mains. That's a very dangerous cruiser. We have the Mishashi as well. And we will have a destroyer. Let's go with the very cautious reversing. Oh, lost to Gotland. If we can get, now what I'm trying to do is just cut off from it all. Gotland's gone, someone else got her. Very nice. So that's a really good advantage now in this middle cap. That just leaves a Musashi and a mains. And you'll note, like, obviously with quick fix and unstoppable, that rudder loss, I'm not really feeling it. Also, that rudder repairs really quickly anyway. Oh, at the moment what I'm doing is a hard to left, but yeah, the rudder just feels completely unaffected. So it means as a British DD you retain your manoeuvrability, which is one of your very strong traits. Is the AP on Jutland short fused as well, or just have better pen angles? Both. So both Jutland and so the Jutland and Daring don't have short fuse AP. They have not trying to. They got the same AP as the American light cruisers. So I guess in some regards, yeah, it's kind of shorter fused, I guess, and it's got the improved pen angles. Okay, that mains is dangerously close. So time to get out of here because the mains will chew us up for breakfast. There's no point being foolhardy and trying to hold on to an objective which is being pushed on like that. And at the end of the day, Jerry's going to give her 6 of her best and we'll end up getting chewed up. My best objective here would be maybe to see if we can just take quick advantage of the broadside mains as we nip behind the island and get a couple of defender ribbons. There you go. Nice cheeky little gain. Without having to risk too much. That's another one. It's all about being a DD player. It can be a bit about risk taking. Yeah, there goes the mains sonar. So I'm just making sure I'm not in range of that. Okay, very nice. Might see if we can help wrap up the Palo Media. Against a broadside DD, it's always worth switching out to AP. Right, and on that bombshell, we can now take Bravo off the enemy. I'm also just going to take a bit of a risk, see if we can get some defender ribbons off of the mains, but she's tucked in. Right, all 3 enemy DDs are dead. That's a spectacular situation. We're just going to smoke up. Yeah, we're not keeping the main spotted, unfortunately. Let's see if we can just get a fire on the Musashi. Lock guns, just check how big the cap is. We should be alright. Switch to quarter speed forward. There we go. Let's do AP now. And what we're doing is we're aiming for the superstructure of the Musashi. She's just out of range. Took a bit of a gamble, I guess you could say, by getting detected. But we should be alright. There's only 10,000. Ooh, there's barely a mains left. Yeah, I think it's worth closing in. We might be able to. We're going to put the Musashi under pressure and get the alpha cap. As if Mohammed. Hello, hello, hello. Short fuse on the DD, but that is again normal AP on a DD. What we do? We'll load up AP. We'll swing it into the side of the cap. We'll drop ourselves a smoke screen while we loose off to a few torps. And then we'll start picking on the superstructure of the Musashi. Just got to keep accustoming for her speed as she accelerates quite quickly, so she probably has propulsion mods. Cat seem to quite... Back to HE. 2 torpedoes into the Musashi. She goes. Grab the cap and then let's go spot this cruiser for our friendly battleships. Sometimes with this game it's not about what your team can do for you, but it's about what you can do for your team. So I spotted an enemy cruiser like that, opening him up for a couple of battleship volleys. It's a very cheeky thing, and we're going to keep him under detection. The only downside at the moment is I can't open fire on the Megami because of there's no one else who can get line of sight on the Megami. So torpedo spotted, so I like to toot my horn. Just a little DD thing I do. It just basically it can draw attention from friendly players towards you, and it means that maybe they might spot the torpedoes. Let's start opening fire. So she's got to keep shaking her tail for it. And that means that she can't ever really bring her main guns to bear on me, apart from those rear ones. But this is a risk worth taking because she's already damaged going to single fire. We can just get another fire. And there we go. And she's just offered us a bit more broader, so we can actually get a bit of AP out. Nice. Well, let's use one of those repair parties. Swing it round and have a look at what's going on at Charlie. What is the armor thickness of these 113mm AP? I know the Akazuki is 100mm AP. Let me check, because I am sure I've got this written down somewhere. Criv? So, 113mm guns AP. I think it's like a fact. To be honest, Crib, I think I pinged this to you, but I think we were still debating whether or not it was AP or not. So the raw pen's 20mm, so it can pen 19mm. Yeah, so it's the same as the Akazuki. Because I think the British the AP that's on these ships has like less pen for its caliber. Well, we now have a very slow, very dull game where the enemy battleships are behind an island, unable to really impact on the match. Which means there's not really much else to do. I mean, we can try and win harder, or we can... the Alaska is probably the best thing to try and win harder against, I guess you could say. Akazuki AP shreds everything, what it touches. Akazuki at the moment, because we have not got the Kitakasi or Hirugamo, is the best gunboat in raw damage output. I believe you on that one as well. What Akazuki trades in maneuverability, she sure makes up in pure damage output. So against DEDs, it's the best to use AP then? It's best if they're broadside. I find that if they're ever so slightly angled, the AP will bounce. And I think, yeah. Against DD's always AP and Akazuki. When angled HE is exactly the same situation as that. But did we do any better that go? I mean, we've got a couple of caps, a couple of defender ribbons. We tickled a ship. Oh, we got second place. That's not too bad. Right, let's go again. Actually, let's get these crates open. I want to see what we've got in there. Just, yep, just the usual. Yes, Black Friday. Right, let's get another Jutland game then. And then we might do a Neptune, then we do a Temeraire, and then back to the Jutland to finish up on. You can Dev Strike a broadside DD with Akazuki with her AP, yeah. As long as you get like it's almost like if you get enough continuous volleys in. Sorry for the silly questions. No, it's perfect fine, Griff. To be honest, it's good to get that information out there, I guess you could say. Griff, there's no silly questions. The only silly questions are the questions you're not asking. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. It's kind of a bit like what I say at work when we have new people starting up. Like, don't worry about asking questions. Like, there's no such thing as a silly question. What are we up against? Kagero, Lefantast, Sumner, Okachov, radar. Kunetsov now has radar. Ibuki, Margi, Republic, Temeraire. No carrier, which is quite nice. We got DD on the left side, we got DD on the right side. So there's no real clear-cut way for me to go. So I am going to be a little bit brave. Noting there's no carrier on the team, on the enemy team, I am going to move up into the middle. Just to get a bit of spotting done and see what's going on. But I don't plan to push up too far because obviously I don't want to be moving into the enemy's half of the map unsupported. And last but not least, I'm probably going to put my nose back towards base because there's no way that I want to end up Here's the Okachov. Let the map develop a little bit, see what's where almost. Lefantast. She's using her engine boost. Gonna use sonar because French torpedoes hit like a truck. Bit left rudder. Come on, get that nose round, get that nose round. Nice. There she is. Right in the way. Typical French destroyer. No, we can't say that. Well, we know she's done a French flip because she fired 3 torpedo launchers at her, so she's not going to have torpedoes for at least another minute. Furthermore, she used her engine boost to try and lose detectability, so she's lost that. Is that your smoke? That'd be your smoke then. Oh, there's torpedoes there. Okay. Slowly reversing up the middle. Just means I've got a quicker getaway if I need it. You're nearly dead. You're probably sailing out of torpedo range. There's the summer. That means it's a Kagero out on the flank. The Fletcher can kill the Kagero. That would be nice. It's all quiet, isn't it? That's an Ibuki. Kagero has slipped off. However, there's 2 cruisers down there. They should be able to mop up a Kagero. Okay, Ibuki's now the closest. Smoke screen spotted. And summer. Not and summer. I retract that. Usually Le Fantastic will want to do I win button, which is not good. This is really bad timing. This is really bad timing for me to run into a Le Fantastic. Well, I guess you can say we both did our job in killing the DD. Why are Le Fantastic, which has an I win button, which is the main battery relay booster, and was supported by a cruiser, necessarily had to throw his life away? I don't know. Although I did have probably more HP in that engagement. He could have won that engagement a lot easier. But our team now knows the middle's clear, so yeah. Well, we'll see what happens, because we ended up killing a Le Fantastic for all its HP, so it might do us enough with points. So obviously I don't have a office mode anymore because the laptop fried itself and we're now streaming from the console. So we'll crack on and we'll put an intermediately Neptune game in there, which has a version of Tyrant build for chain smoking, and then main battery modules 2 and 3, concealment and steering. Connects off only sonar, no radar. I thought she got radar. Always said something similar. The stupid question is the one that's never asked. Yeah. So there's another question: is the Bismarck B better than the regular Bismarck? It's premium, but probably not. In all honesty. 2 cruisers on the right flank, 1 cruiser on the left flank. Zuma, Belfast 43, Baltimore, Kronstadt, Bismarck, Massachusetts, Alaska, Maine. Right, full throttle, hard to port. Honestly, I wouldn't say the Bismarck B's worth it. You get 0.2 kilometers like longer range secondary battery, and just generally worse everything else. It's definitely not worth it. No, if you mean better, slightly more range and secondaries, yes. Overall, both are exactly the same. The best German secondaries and active. To be honest, this is the thing. You compromise so much on the Bismarck B, you don't get the hull upgrade. You don't get the AA increase. So it's a really bad situation. Yeah, I know that. I just got to filter my way through the Alabama and the Flanders, if I can. Why is our left flank... Oh. Why? Why? Knetsov and the Fiji. You should probably play that left flank with your BB. You shouldn't come over here. We're now we're really gonna overcook this left flank. I mean, this is just turned into a lemon train. We got the Alabama's reversing up because he's just been abandoned by his friendly cruisers. Our whole centre's gone left. Let me go help this Alabama, because the poor thing. Okay, I'll go help him. Or at least try and give him some support, or else he's just gonna get outnumbered on that flank. Yeah, 0.2 kilometer better secondaries in the B version is not enough of a buff. The only advantage is it's premium, therefore it will earn more credits. It's not really justifiable. Major Wargaming updated the blog post today. Bismarck B not get better AA. No, she gets the worse. So Detectory Bismarck gets better AA capability because she has the hull upgrade. I see Major is enjoying the tier rates and legendary tier tactics. I'm wondering, why did you never experience it before? Probably because I didn't play tier 8 and legendary tier. But this is the thing. There's a Fiji here. Why? So we got a failed division on our team. A Fiji and a Knetsov. Like, that is straight away like, no, don't do that. And then they spawn on the right flank and say, nah. No, right flank don't need us, we're going. And the poor Alabama is left over here on his own to get focused. So all me and the Alabama can do at the moment is probably try and just slow down any enemy pressure. Yeah, to be honest, Alabama, I'd like you to just hang back. Because if he pushes up much more, he's going to end up in the crossfire from that Belfast 43. Which is not fun. And to be honest, the Flanders just woken up. We're 4 minutes into the game and the Flanders just woken up. Oh, goody. Oh, okay. Anubis, that's a good player. Okay. Good goody, so we've got a good player flexing on this flank. I'm loosening out torpedoes and I bet the Alabama's going to drive into them. I'm just going to have to drop smoke now. And hope that I live. Bismarck's got incredibly accurate these days. But I almost feel like, I'm not sure whether an accuracy build's just become the go-to on a Bismarck or not. Is that a division? No, it's not a division, okay? Because there's always a possibility they could be willed to rebuilding. Just hoping maybe we can kill Anubis. It could be it's just a different Anubis. Okay, right, next. At the moment, I know I'm kind of abusing the Alabama here. He's having to do the spotting and the tanking while I just try and do as much damage as I can. Thankfully, he's bow tanking. He's not doing too bad a job. Just got to watch our smoke screens. Got 40 seconds left. And we got 27 seconds until our smoke has reloaded. So good news. Bismarck does she have sonar? I think she might have sonar. So this could be dangerous. Just get a few torpedoes out in the water just in case. I think what we're going to do is, because of the Bismarck's position, chuck a few more of those out. I think I'm going to be a little bit risky here. I'm going to go a bit open water against the Bismarck. I want to try and draw his attention. If I can do that, maybe, just maybe, we can try and catch him in the crossfire. Nice, we've got a torpedo. So at the moment, I've got to try and make it so the Bismarck has to decide whether or not he wants to. Nice, I think we might do this. We're in. Oh, Alabama. Thank you. Kronstadt. Kronstadt is dangerous as hell. She's got radar, she's got large caliber armor-piercing shells. Not something I want to be tangoing with. Sean, I have a challenge for you, Major. Can you finish ranked only using British ships? Well, we have season 33 of ranked forthcoming, haven't we? With a tier 5. I'm sure we could do it. I'm sure we could do it. I did the tier 4 season 32 ranked using just the Fair Attacker. I think we got an 81-ish win rate. I played it on Saturday though, so it was kind of, there weren't so many people like who initially boot it up and do it straight away. Need intelligence data, but I'm just a light cruiser. I'm taking a massive risk here. You and me both. This is what happens when you don't have destroyers. You end up in these kind of games where everyone doesn't want to stick their neck out, and it can be really awkward for a Neptune, because a Neptune thrives in smoke screens. Without smoke, she is a dead dog. And so you end up in a cruiser that thrives in smoke, having to play the role of a destroyer, which doesn't end well. Okay, we're not leading the Kronstadt enough. Kronstadt was the nearest enemy ship. I'm going to do a bit of a cheeky wide swing here. Massachusetts, Kronstadt, Maine, Zuma. We've only got a single ship advantage. Kronstadt.